Hi friends, let us look at some of the question and answers on French Revolution. So the first question is, what are the important dates in French Revolution? The answer is, important dates in the French Revolution are 1774 when Louis XVI became King of France. Next important date is 14 July 1789 when Bastille was stormed and demolished by angry Parisians who were protesting against the king. This can also be considered as start of French Revolution. Next important date is 1791 where National Assembly drafted a constitution giving power to people also. Next important date is 1792 Battle of Valmy where French people who were supporting National Assembly defeated the Prussians. Next important date is 10th August 1792 when the French people stormed into Palace of Tuileries and captured the King Louis XVI and his family. A new assembly called Convention was formed and France became a republic. The next important date is 21st January 1793 where King Louis XVI and Queen Marie Antoinette were executed. The next important date is 1794 when Maximilien Robespierre was sentenced to death, ending his reign of terror, and the rich middle class of France created a directory to govern France. The next important date is 1804 when military dictator Napoleon Bonaparte seized power. The next important date is 18 June 1815 where Napoleon was defeated by European coalition in the Battle of Waterloo. Question 2. How many estates were there in France before the revolution? The answer is, there were 3 estates, that is groups of people in France before the revolution. People associated with church were considered the first estate, the king and his family were considered the second estate, and all common people like businessmen, workers, laborers, artists, farmers were considered the third estate. Question 3. Who paid taxes in France before revolution? What tax did they pay? The answer is, only the third estate, which consisted of common people like businessmen and workers, paid taxes. The third estate paid TITHE tax to church. The third estate paid TAILE tax to state. And the third estate paid indirect taxes on salt, tobacco, etc. Question 4. What was the currency of France during French Revolution? Answer. The livre, L-I-V-R-E, was the currency of France during French Revolution. Question 5. Why was Louis XVI treasury empty? Answer. A lot of money was spent in the war against Britain to free America. Hence, France's treasury was empty because it had fought Britain, joining with America. When and why did common people destroy Bastille? Answer. People were frustrated with king because of the rising cost and scarcity of food. On 14 July 1789, angry people stormed and demolished the fortress prison which was the Bastille. This can also be considered as start of French Revolution. Question 7. What was the role of people in the constitution drafted by National Assembly? In 1971, sorry, it is a mistake there. In 1791, National Assembly suggested that all men above 25 years will vote for 50,000 electors who will choose 745 men in the National Assembly, and these 745 members will collaborate with the king, ministers and judges to provide governance to people. What were the ideas of educated middle class during French Revolution? The educated middle class supported liberty, freedom and equal rights. The educated middle class wanted to end the privilege due to birth. Question 9. Why did Louis XVI do a secret negotiation with King of Prussia? Louis XVI was afraid that common people of France would overthrow him, so he secretly negotiated with King of Prussia to attack and the supporters of National Assembly. What was the Battle of Valmy? Battle of Valmy was fought 1792 between French who supported National Assembly and Prussians who supported Louis XVI. French won the battle. What was Jacobins? Jacobins was a political club of common French people such as artists, peasants, laborers, etc. Its leader was Maximilien Robespierre. What was the dress code of members of Jacobins? To differentiate themselves from rich people who supported the king, members of Jacobins wore long striped trousers and red caps that symbolized liberty. What happened to King Louis XVI? On 10th August 1792, French people stormed into the palace of Tuileries and captured the King Louis XVI and family. On 21st January 1793, King Louis XVI and Queen Marie Antoinette were executed. Why was 1793 to 1794 called Reign of Terror? Maximilien Robespierre followed a policy of severe control and punishment. He arrested anyone who opposed him and killed them. What happened to Maximilien Robespierre? In 1794, Maximilien Robespierre was sentenced to death by French people, ending his reign of terror. What was Directory? After Maximilien Robespierre was sentenced to death, the wealthy middle class in France seized the power and created two new legislative councils, which in turn elected 5 members to govern the people, and that was called as the Directory. Who was Napoleon Bonaparte? Napoleon Bonaparte was a military dictator who seized the power from weak Directory in 1804. He expanded the French Empire by waging wars on neighboring European kingdoms called the Napoleonic Wars. Finally, he was defeated in the Battle of Waterloo by European coalition on 18 June 1815. Who are John Locke and Jean-Jacques Rousseau? John Locke and Jean-Jacques Rousseau were two philosophers who proposed society should be based on freedom and equal laws and opportunities for all. Rousseau wrote the book The Social Contract. Who was Montesquieu? Montesquieu was a French philosopher who proposed division of power between legislative, executive and judiciary by elected people. He wrote the book Spirit of the Laws. Who were Mirabeau and Abbé Sieyès? Mirabeau and Abbé Sieyès were leaders of National Assembly. What is chateau and manor? Chateau and manor were the houses of kings/noblemen and landlords. What are the few points in the Declaration of Rights of Man and Citizen created by National Assembly? Men are born free and equal rights, and they have right to speak. Aim of every political association is to preserve the rights of man. No group may exercise authority that does not come from people. So these were few of the points. What is Marseillaise? Marseillaise is a patriotic song of French during the Revolution. Now it is their national anthem. How did women participate in French Revolution? Women had to look after family, work for food and take care of children during the French Revolution. They participated in political clubs and fought for the right to vote. Olympe de Gouges was one of the most politically active women. She wrote Declaration of Rights of Women and Citizen, which she addressed to Queen for women's rights. Describe the circumstances leading to the outbreak of revolutionary protest in France. Burden of paying taxes was on businessmen, workers and laborers who were third-party estate. Church and king lived a luxurious life while others had to struggle for food and daily needs. Due to increase in population, prices of food went up and this made people very angry. So these were the circumstances that led to revolution. Which groups of French society benefited from the revolution? Which groups were forced to relinquish power? Which sections of society would have been disappointed with the outcome of revolution? The third estate, group of business and workers, benefited from the French Revolution. Church and king, the first and the second estate, were forced to relinquish, that is, give up their power. Church and king were disappointed because of the revolution. Describe the legacy of French Revolution for the peoples of the world during the 19th and 20th centuries. French Revolution motivated nations like India, China and others to fight against colonialism and monarchy in the 19th and 20th centuries. Draw up a list of democratic rights we enjoy today whose origins could be traced to French Revolution. Democratic rights like liberty, freedom, equality, which are taken for granted today, actually were proposed by philosophers during French Revolution. Would you agree the view that the message of universal rights was beset with contradictions? Explain. When Maximilien Robespierre used tyranny to bring justice to the people, everyone realized that liberty, freedom and equality should not come at this cost. How would you explain rise of Napoleon? Executives of Directory formed by the educated rich middle class of France fought among themselves and they were weak. This gave opportunity for rise of Napoleon, who was a military dictator. We have thoroughly studied, digested thought about and simplified the concepts for you. So please like, share and subscribe.